This is episode 8 of the Semantics podcast, the official 8th episode. That's one more than 7, one less than 9. We're basically going to be going over everything to do with the Gauntlet, our experiences, what we thought, interesting moments, what we found easy, hard, if they may change the modifiers again, what we would do different, what levels we got to, our experiences, and everything in that regard. So yeah, that's so let's get it going, I guess. Apparently, from GGG's has got some stats. 45,000 accounts took place and participated in the Gauntlet and made 250,500 characters, compared to the 20,000 of last league in the last Gauntlet. That is an insane increase. More than 100 times actually increase. Math? 10,000. More than no. You know, more than a 10,000 increase. 10 times increase? Math is hard. Anyways, that's crazy. That is quite a few people.
When you make it public, right? Like you allow everybody to join.
Yeah, exactly. Which is a great thing for both GGG and the people, which is what everybody's been saying from the get-go. We were like, hey, host events. It'll be good for you and for the community. Come on, GGG. Don't make us have to go to your website to sign up for inclusive events, rather, where people are paying money to have other people in their event. And now they hosted it, and it went really well. Lots of people.
It was like a third of their peak at the start of the league, which is kind of crazy. Like I didn't even think a third was still playing.
Yeah, I feel like some people may even have come back for it because there was so much hype around it regarding all of the content creators and all of the fact that it was a public event. I know me and you were like reaching out to people being like, hey, can you at least try the event? Give it a little testy poo.
Yeah, even
so
if
that
you die
PoE is
like,
like,
I don't give a fuck.
Exactly. If you participate, take part, GGG is like, oh shit, that's a lot of people, you know? So I'm proud. I'm proud of GGG making that move, making big moves there. Just like I was talking about last episode, the fact that they participate with the community and the fact that it had such a positive outcome and show up, you know, like it's kind of crazy. And everybody but GGG apparently knew that it would be. But that's a lot of players. Because yeah, if you compare it to what we had at the start of the league, which was like 150,000 on the first day, which dropped off to like 100 by the second day, this is half of the second day's players all in one spot. And apparently with 45,000 accounts, 250,000 characters, people were trying a lot too, which means that they were having fun and participating in something, which is, you know, an even better thing.
Or they were intentionally inflating, or it's a novelty at the moment, you know, just to be like devil's advocate. Like it could be way worse next time just because like it's not a novelty anymore.
It definitely could be. You're definitely correct. It could have a more negative outcome next time, like compared to this time numerically, but I still feel like it would be semi bigger than any of the past gauntlets that were not hosted and sponsored by GGG on the front page of the game.
Oh yeah, it definitely should be, and I'm definitely like I would prefer that GGG starts running events instead of like people paying a lot of money to just like do an event and have like a quarter of the people to compete against.
Yeah. The competition. That was a thing I was not expecting to get involved in. Just to start us off on that, I went in. We were talking about it last episode. I was like, I'm gonna go in with no experience, no practice, and I'm gonna have fun. And then I got a character close to 90, and I was like, holy shit, dude, I might be able to get to 90. And then I died at 88. That's the way she goes. And it was a dumb death, and I could have used a logout macro. So I started practicing using my logout macro on my next character, and I banged to 93, which I'm hella proud of in the fucking gauntlet, dude. I don't know. For the fact that I had literally no practice, I was playing the meta, to clarify. I was playing fucking Slammer.
Okay, well, let's calm down for a second, though, on that point, right? Like, I was playing the meta in the hardest difficulty league ever. Like, it could be harder now because you could have the added proj, but, like, if somebody wants to shit on somebody for playing meta in Gauntlet, like, at that point, you just hate everybody. You hate yourself. We know what's going on.
Yeah. It was, I mean, either way, playing the Gauntlet is insanely tough. Like, no doubt. No doubt. That shit is hard. The way that I died was over about 2 seconds of, including the smoke mine. Like, it was a rough death. But I'm still proud of how far I got because I died with like 10 hours left in the league or something. Like, because it ended at 9 a.m. our time. And I was like, hey, I'm going to keep going either until I die and I'll end the stream or until the league is over and I have accomplished what I wanted to accomplish. I got 30th placed for Duelist and 108th for all classes, which I'm pretty proud of. But I feel like if I had just kept that last day going for a little bit longer and I actually farmed out the Elder or the Shaper, I'd be 1 point would make such a difference at that stage. Like killing any of the bosses. I was only able to get Aziri down, unfortunately. But Aziri, speaking of, not nearly as difficult as I was expecting for the Gauntlet. I thought that I was scared as fuck of normal Aziri. I shit stomped that boss. That boss I feel much more confident going in next Gauntlet, which I'm definitely participating in now. Much earlier than I did this time. At like I was 92 when I went in. I think I swapped a Slayer. Like I was trying to be super safe. I don't want to die, and I just fucking one bonked every single phase. It was great. Went in with much more confidence.
Yeah, that's kind of the nice thing about doing the practice before the league is that I was pretty confident going into it. I didn't practice as far as I should have, but that's okay. Like, confidence is definitely a thing, and acclimatization, like getting acclimatized or whatever the word is definitely also a thing. I can't go back to the regular game anymore.
Yeah, I noticed, like, at the end, I was having so much fun, once again, on Hardcore Solo Self-Found, and the added difficulty. Every decision you make on that fucking character matters so much, dude. Speaking of, I died at level 2 on my first character, right? With the money signs in my eyes, I went to an ultimatum in the coast, and I said, whoa, Hillick dropped me nothing I can use. Big dollar signs. Let's get a couple pieces of gear. I got my shit pushed in at level 2. Man, I died instantly. It was so sad.
Do you want to know my favorite part about that?
What?
You saw yourself getting fucked.
I was getting
the first
railed,
wave,
and I was like, "It'll be fine."
And then you made it, and you were like, "Hey, that's a nice weapon. Let me." It is a nice
weapon. It was a nice weapon. Don't roast me, dude. Well, it was either that character dies, and
I had to put the Michael B. Jordan in between that one. Like, stop it.
Dude,
get some help.
Get some help. Yeah. Well, the problem is, I had no gear or upgrades, and Tarkley had nothing for me to buy that was decent. So it was either I get that and I'm cruising, or I restart and get something from Hillick and cruise. Like Hillick was much easier than I was expecting, to clarify.
But like after that first wave, dude, there is no way. Like, you don't have a bubbling life flask. There's no shot.
Like I said, it was a risk that I had to take. Otherwise, the character was going to be a struggle bus until I got some upgrades. So
You're fine. It was just funny as shit at it.
It was fucking stupid, and it was great, and that was the whole point. It's supposed to be fun, and I had fun in the Gauntlet, and it was. I burned out a little bit. I won't lie. I played like fucking 12 hours a day on all the characters, having fun. It was crazy.
Yeah,
but
same.
It was definitely. It was an interesting experience that I'm much more confident going into next time, and I feel like I can actually succeed a bit more in the next Gauntlet. One thing I did notice is I have no fucking idea how to progress the end game in the Gauntlet at a pace where you can get everything done in 10 days. So that's something that I'm going to have to practice, because I noticed I was on the last day and I was like, okay, it's time to kill bosses. I'm level 93. That's a lot of points. I don't have any boss materials. I don't have a single fucking material for any boss in the game. I have nothing. I don't have any Uber Elder fragments. I don't have any Elder or Shaper fragments. I don't have any Uber Aziri fragments. No Shaper maps. Nothing. Fuck. How am I supposed to kill all these bosses, the Maven, Awakener 8 Cirrus, within like 10 hours? And then I died, so I didn't have to worry about it. But I really gotta practice that next time.
Yeah, it's the downfall of being a slammer. And it can also be the upside, right? Because slammers naturally progress, but also they naturally progress like really hard at the start, and then there's kind of like a little bit of a lull, and then it gets really hard again. So And then you go into red maps and you can just insta-die to screamers. So, I mean, there's like no build has an easy time in red maps in Gauntlet. It's just not how it is.
Yeah. Speaking of screamers, I did not give those enemies enough credits. The fucking bats that go like right towards you in big ass packs, those do so much damage. Oh, they hurt so bad, man. Like, I was not expecting that, and it was every time. So I was like, maybe they just crit this one time. Holy shit, I'll be careful next time. Nope. They just fuck your day up. They make sure that you have a terrible time. Not fun.
They just scale well with triple Fizz or triple Ellie mods, like Fizz to Ellie, exactly. And then I think it also has like a high base crit chance, but I don't know. I don't know every skill in the game ever, so.
Same, but I was not giving them enough credit, and now I definitely am. I died to a pack of titty bitches in a T14. That's how I died. A non-rolled T14. I didn't have Fortify up because I had swapped to Slayer for boss killing that I was not prepared for.
Do you want another feels bad, man?
Oh no, what?
The titty bitches aim wherever you come in. Like, you know what I mean? They aim and then you can move out of it real easy and then hit them.
I smoke mine into the pack.
Yeah, I know. But you could have just like walked around them after you smoke mine into them, been like, oh, these are titty bitches. Walk around, slam.
Well, I died instantly. I hit the button and I slammed. I smoke mine slammed. They didn't die.
You had a phasing flask, right?
I mean, all my flasks were active. Yeah.
Exactly.
Everything was active except for Fortify.
Side. It wasn't literally instant. You had time.
It was. Take it to the VOD. That shit was fast.
Don't worry. You're also talking to the guy who literally would run enraged survival monsters in circles in Ultimatum. You know. So I mean,
I died in a ritual on my Raider very quickly at level 78, and it was nearly instant. Just from explosions. Like, it was the Shocky boys, and they just, and I was gone. I was dead. So much for the Kintsugi prophecy chain. That was tough pill to swallow.
All I can tell you is that I'm just good at the like don't get hit forehead gameplay. So anytime I watch somebody play a slam and they're just like face tanking everything, I'm just cringing inside. I'm like, why are you like
my
this?
whole goal is to face tank everything, other than titty bitches that one shot me apparently. I'm going to keep calling it a one-shot. You can say whatever you want. You had time, whatever. I had time, but not with the knowledge of how my character had performed against the exact same scenario hundreds and hundreds of times at that point.
Hey, it's okay. You're also the one who did better in the Gauntlet. So, I mean, you know, what can I say?
I also played so much. What is the playtime on that character that I have? Let me open this game up real quick.
I only took one day off, though. I had a depression day because I lost my 89 Raider to a logout as I was 4 out of 5 through the Kintsugi quest chain or prophecy quest chain, and I was like similarly progressed, like 3 or 4 on each of the Pale Court ones. So yeah, that one hit me hard, dude. That was like literal depression. It was hard to play the game after that.
It was, yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine it was tough. It was hard for me to get started again after level 88, so I had to take the rest of the night off because I was like, holy shit. But then I was like, we go again.
Well, and the worst part is I didn't, the reason why that character dying hit me so hard is because I literally logged out with nothing on my screen and I lost the character. And like, that character was going so well. It was like I was legitimately going to get top 5 if I kept at that pace, which, like, you know, whatever. I could have died at any other time. It doesn't mean that I actually would have, right? But it's like, Jesus Christ, like, out of all the characters, why did that one have to die like that?
Yeah, it was a very frustrating death because it was something that you couldn't have prevented.
Yeah, at least with the level 89 champion that died at like literally 89.7, at least at that one, I was like, you know what? I was asking for it. I stayed up like 22 hours. I was watching streams. I know I can't watch streams. My goddamn ADD, dude. I'll be fucking staring at Kale doing fucking whatever bullshit.
Yep.
And like, I don't even remember what stream I was watching. I was just, I turned over. I looked at a stream for like 3 solid straight seconds. And I looked back and I'm like, oh, I'm dead. And it's like, wait, why am I dead? Oh, I started a harvest and looked away as the mobs were
You
spawning.
didn't harvest? Oh my god, dude. As soon as I got to like 89, I was like, no harvest. Nope.
No, harvest was fine. Just like don't ignore your character for 3 straight seconds after you click spawn monsters.
Well, I think I've noticed that the blue monsters in the Gauntlet were the worst ones in harvest.
Oh yeah,
the chaos ones were
Although
fine.
technically the purple bears were the ones that were getting people.
Oh my god, those things fuck. I watched a Ziz rip clip from before Gauntlet, and he was like, "Oh, I died to the slams. I didn't see that they were slamming," and I was like, "What slams?" And then this shit happened in Gauntlet, and I was like, "I'm never getting hit by that again. If I do, I'm an idiot. I have to leave." That is terrifying. Holy shit, the AOE on those things with the increased AOE. Oh man, that hurt. That hurt my soul, dude.
I will say, I legitimately had fun on a slammer though, and I've never had fun on slammers, so I guess there's.
It was a great time. And you dropped the red blade banner.
I did. I got a red blade banner about 20 maps in. I had a soul tether.
I stopped using the soul tether. It was not working how I needed it to.
Supposedly, soul tether is like 100% the play on every ascendancy after 6.5k HP, but you have to get to 6.5k HP. I wasn't there yet, and so I was kind of like putting it on, taking it off. Like, I can't really. It's kind of nice to have the overleech and have the leech going. Like, as soon as I get hit by something, but at the same time, I don't have that much leech, and then I also don't have that much HP, so it's like,
That was my problem. I wasn't leeching enough to constitute losing the life and armor and res from my other belt because I wasn't gaining any ES leech, because the ES losing 5% per second, the number was too high for me to actually leech any amount into that. So I was just struggling. So I just decided to swap back to my other one with some chaos res and life. I have 2 days played on this character, by the way. And he wasn't even my only character throughout the entire time. So
yeah.
I can see what my playtime on my Raider was as well, and then my other champion.
I don't even want to check my play times. I was going with the slow and steady start at the start, or like, okay, so first character was zooming, and I did the stupidest thing that I could have possibly done, and I put my rank into, or my character name and my account name into LutBot to show my rank. I was like, oh shit, I'm actually leveling really fast. I'm in the top 100, dude. Let's go, dude.
Let's
and
go.
I ran through 3 acts without killing anything and got fucking clapped.
Yep. I have 16 and a half hours played on my other Raider. And then, so that's like nearing 3 days. And then on my other Slammer, I have 1 day and 8 hours. So we have, that's 3 days. That is 4 days of playtime in 10 days. Not counting
bad.
My other couple characters.
Almost 50%. You need next time cocaine.
Yes, yeah. Next time that will be big fucking brain, dude. You know exactly what you're talking about. I will make sure to be ready, or just a 12-pack of Bang a day. You know what I mean? If you're not drinking 3,600 mils of caffeine, it is sugar free. All Bang is sugar free.
Oh, I don't know. I don't drink Bang, so.
Made by the same company as Redline, but that's off topic. Delicious though.
But yeah, no, when I'm gaming, I actually, this is kind of like a pro tip. Like, I don't eat carbs at all when I'm gaming.
That makes sense. I do, because that's all I eat in general. It's unhealthy, but it is what it is. Apparently only 29,500 characters survived, which is a higher number than I was expecting. I don't know how many of them were like filler characters.
Because towards the end, you're just like, you're intentionally running your character into the ground to try and get whatever you can.
Well, that's what I mean. That's a lot of characters to survive. I figured a lot more would die on the last day, but apparently...
Oh, I misunderstood. I thought it was the other way.
Yeah, no, 29,000 survived, and 221,000 died. That's kind of crazy. I was expecting way more to be dead, like 248,000, like 2K left. Especially when you look at like the PoE racing list, it's like dead, 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 alive, dead, dead. Like the last I checked, there were 4 people alive in the top 50.
Well, it also ended on a Tuesday, and so I feel like a lot of players just like, didn't really play.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like they played on the weekend, their character managed to live, they just kind of left it there. Like, okay, whatever. Or they, touched it on Monday night, whatever, but.
That's fair. So you played a Toxic Rain Raider, right?
Yeah. It wasn't the best choice for Raider, but my goal was XPing, and then I kind of caught up to everybody, and I was like, okay, now I can actually rank, so maybe I should, as long as I can fit in a couple of bosses towards the end of the day, or the final day, and then I lost the character to log out, so then I win it again. I don't know. Toxic Rain works. It's just not good outside of clearing for the Gauntlet. It's the bosses have too much HP.
The bossing is going to be something that is insanely stupid on that character unless you can find a better ability, because Toxic Rain got nerfed into the dirt.
BFBB was the play, and it was still good. And had I actually thought going into it I had a chance, I would have been BFBB the entire time. I didn't think I had a chance, so I was just like, all right, I'll hit 90. And then I started getting, delusions of grandeur halfway through and started throwing away my characters and whatever. But
well, you didn't throw away your character. You hit a logout macro and you died during the logout because game is fun.
The worst part about that is that I was just getting mana, because getting mana would have been the safer route. I literally could have walked circles, pressed 1 Toxic Rain every 4 seconds, and Mirage Archer would have killed it eventually. It just would have been boring as shit, and if you're fighting a boss 3 times as long, there's more chances to fuck up and die and like whatever. And
it's not efficient.
But apparently logging out, there's a really high chance of dying too. So, I mean, and I wasn't the only one, so I can't really, it's one of those things. I want to bitch about it and be like, I really would have been top 5, but then like, I don't know, didn't I'm Exile lose a character to that as well? And then like Steel Mage lost it, but at least he had things on his screen and a few others, but yeah, like people lose characters to log out all the time, so I can't bitch that much, I guess.
I think, and from what I watched a lot of content. I consumed a lot of content while I was also playing, so I would like watch GFL clips on stream and things like that while I was eating, taking a break, whatever it was. I feel like Steel Mage's death on his slammer was the unluckiest one throughout the entire Gauntlet, because he was in a heist and he said, I think if at this point I die, I'm just trolling dude, or some shit like that.
That one was funny. The timing on that was funny.
And he was
Obviously,
leaving.
I wouldn't want to be that way.
He was leaving and his game crashed. So he slammed his logout button like 9 times, swapped to Singapore Realm, and jumped back in. His character was fucking gone, dude. His game crashed and he died. As he was saying, if this character dies, I'm going to be very sad. He said, I don't plan on dying. Those were his exact words. Unlucky, unlucky.
Yeah, to be fair though, his internet is notoriously dog shit.
It wasn't his internet. His stream was still up. His game was still fine.
Oh, actually, yeah,
the game just froze.
It was just a game. Yeah.
The game just fucking froze. It was so annoying, dude. Unlucky. Oh man. Okay, yeah. As I mentioned, I played a slammer up to 88, and then I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna steal Beanie's idea and maybe try out Toxic Rain Raider. I did that until 78. I died. I had another slammer, got it up to 90.
You did kind of good on the Raider for somebody
crazy.
Who doesn't play Raider, I guess. Like you weren't, you know what I mean?
Based characters,
yeah. That's what I mean. Like you were playing it a little bit like a slammer, but then you were like kind of figuring it out. But then like you did eventually die.
Yeah. After 16 hours of gameplay, unfortunately.
Yeah. But I mean, hey, you did better than a lot of people probably would have, so that's good.
I don't even know what placement I got as a Raider, but I feel like it was pretty. I feel like I did pretty good.
It was 88, as a player, so it was probably like 1400 or something, I believe.
It was 78.
Oh, I don't know that.
Yeah, I got to 78, which again is still pretty good for it being the Gauntlet, but like, holy shit, dude, I died so fast. You die so fast in the Gauntlet. That's the crazy part. You can't not pay attention for half a second, or you're going to notice that your entire health bar is missing.
That's kind of what I like about it, though. It kind of just like forces you to play like Dark Souls, and Dark Souls before you're good at Dark Souls. Because once I was good at Dark Souls, I just ran past everything.
I never got good at Dark Souls. I'm terrible at that fucking game. I hate it. It's not my play style. It's too slow, and you have to dodge things. I play a slammer in PoE, if that tells you anything. I tank. All right, I take the damage and I mitigate that shit. Easy money.
Have fun once they nerf Fortify. You'll no longer have a way to do that.
I'm okay with them nerfing Fortify, because it feels overpowered right now.
Well,
My
it is,
character
because they
should
nerfed
not have been able to do
every
that.
other method.
Well, okay, but that doesn't mean that Fortify isn't overpowered. It is still, it's more powerful than every other method for sure, but it's not that it's not overpowered in comparison to everything. It's just overpowered in general with the meta of the game at the moment and just against enemies. What skills, by the way? So I noticed one thing I want to bring up about that. A lot of these flamers were playing with Flame Dash and Smoke Mine. I don't know where they find the buttons. I don't know where they find the buttons. I had every keybind filled with things that I had to press a lot. 13 buttons without flasks. What? Where do you find space for Flame Dash on top of Smoke Mine, dude?
I mean, I had room.
Yeah, listen, man. I was doing the most, okay, and that's probably why it was confusing. But you know, you have
you
three.
Put Smoke Mine on right button, and you put Detonate on left button, and then you have Flame Dash on whatever other keybind.
I didn't have another keybind. You only get the 13 that they give you. You have the 5, the 5, and then the 3.
Controls.
I know. I use that's what I'm saying, dude. I use the 5 that they give you, and then I use the alternate 5, and then I also use the other 3. Where does Smoke Mine go? And where does Flame Dash go? I was only able to fit in Smoke Mine. These guys are crazy being able to use both at once and like pay attention to when they need to use each one anyways. So that's just a crazy thing that I noticed.
Well, you get into a routine, right?
I guess so, but like I feel like they were only using Flame Dash like rarely compared to Smoke Mine. I don't know. Another thing I noticed, I talked to a lot of slammers. I was in their chat. I was like, you know, why are you in Sand Stance why are you not in Sand Stance? Why are you in Blood Stance? And they were like, well, because the enemies are blinded from Smoke Mine. And I was like, no, the fuck they aren't. You're tanking them, but they're not blinded. Yeah, but the cloud is this big, okay? And there's no fucking shot all of the enemies are blinded. You're taking less projectile damage when you're in Sand Stance. You don't need the damage as a slammer. It's broken already, okay? Like, be fucking Sand Stance. Why did I die? Because you weren't a fucking Sand Stance.
Well, I don't know what slammers you were talking to.
Kobe was one of them.
Okay, but Kobe
Lighty was
really
another.
Play. What?
Yeah, Lighty was in Blood Stance when I asked him. I don't know if it was
interesting.
Yeah, so Kobe was like trying to softcore that shit, and it wasn't working. He got 5 characters really high.
It was working until it wasn't.
Yeah,
like he was popping off multiple times.
Yeah, 5 times. He got really far. He did really good, but then he would have gotten so much farther if he just played more defensively and a little slower.
Maybe not. It's like me playing a champion versus me playing a raider, right? Like, you should play towards your strengths, not try and fit what everybody else is doing. If you're a softcore player who can only play the game as a softcore player does, then you're gonna do better in the Gauntlet doing that. It's like and my don't get hit forehead.
I just mean making small changes. I'm not saying you have to play like super defensively and insanely like scared. I don't mean like immerse yourself as the champion and if you die in the game, you die in real life. I just mean like maybe take it a little bit slower. You won't have to get 5 characters to the end game. You can use 1 and shit stomp everybody and take first place overall.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like Kobe is undoubtedly a great player.
The downside though, if you choose that method, is that then if that one character dies, you are shit out of luck like Alkaiser.
I think if you collect the resources you gather on one character in preparation for your next one, which you should always do when you're playing the fucking Gauntlet, you will be much better off. I felt very confident going into my second slammer because I already had all of the gear available and stuff. Same thing with my raider. I was like collecting some evasion gear. I was collecting high eye level bow bases, things like that, just in case I wanted to play one throughout the Gauntlet.
Yeah, but with your strat, what I'm saying is you spend 5 days on one character. Sure, your second character is going to be faster getting there again, but one, also, are you going to stick with the same thing and go for the same class again? And then 2, yeah, I know. And then 2, like you invested like 75 hours into that one character. Are you going to invest another 75 into doing the same character?
Apparently. I don't know. he was streaming like 12 hours a day on Berserker Slammers. So I don't. That's what I'm saying. Like if he had played safely on the first one, gotten all of the fucking bounties done, and then just went buck wild and played a bunch of other characters. Not
Playing
maybe
safe on the first one though could have gotten him dead, and then he could have. You know what I mean?
Wait,
it's
what?
like I don't know how to describe it, dude. I play safe, and I am more likely to die in the Gauntlet. Like
you at a certain point, you do have to stop scaling defenses and go for more offense for sure, because then you're just letting the enemies live for too long. Definitely, I did find that out, especially on the Toxic Rain Raider. On a champion, I feel like with a Slammer, especially using Earth Shatter, you have a lot of potential to line up all of your damage to one bang anything, because you can line up all of your spikes and your correct war cries at the same time, shatter everything at once, and something dies. You don't need to. That's how you take literally every health node on the tree and no fucking damage, and you do great, because all of the abilities just scale so hard with weapon damage. Speaking of Earth Shatter, I still don't understand how people use Earthquake and Ground Slam without being a bleed EQ character like you were. I don't understand how you're going to choose EQ over Earth Shatter without scaling damage over time. And I was talking about it while I was streaming a lot throughout the Gauntlet, and I was like, hey, why are you playing with Earthquake in the Gauntlet, viewer X, Y, and Z, when you could try out Earth Shatter and probably do a lot better with a lot more AoE and a lot more like burst damage potential, but still the same amount of added damage? And they were like, oh snap, let me try that. You're right. I was like, I always am, you know? Like, you just the look on your face.
I don't know about that.
I'm not always right, but I definitely agree that, or I agree with myself, of course, that Earth Shatter is just by far the superior slam until you get to a point where you can maybe scale bleed with Earthquake.
Well, and Vol Ground Slam is really good, and Ground Slam can be better for clearing. So, you know, it's one of those, like, there is a reason to use Ground Slam, and there is a reason to use, I don't know about on-hit Earthquake, though. On-hit Earthquake is kind of weird.
That was the weird thing.
Yeah.
That was the one that was really weird that I was calling people out for. Ira says EQ is still better for certain bosses over ES. Undoubtedly. I was definitely watching Lighty kill some bosses.
Hold on, bye. I gotta go.
Oh no. Oh no, dude. Oh no. Yeah. I definitely saw a lot of people playing EQ for bossing at the very, very end game, like Exile and Lighty. I saw them swapping, but then as soon as they went back to mapping, it was Earth Shatter, just because it was far more efficient under like every circumstance.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a slammer, so I mean, I wouldn't know.
I've just never liked EQ. Ground Slam, I felt it was second best for sure. But I still like the. I feel like there's more of a rhythm you can fall into with Earth Shatter. Whereas you have to line everything up perfectly every time for Ground Slam to be worth it, and same thing with EQ. So, I don't know.
I don't know about that. You get Red Blade Banner, you go one-hander, and you kind of just, I was just hitting hitting every war cry and just going, and just, their cooldown was lower than the, like, buff duration, so I literally just hit them as soon as they came up, and I was good to go. So it was nice.
That's fair. What we found easy, like I was talking about earlier, Adziri was insanely fucking easy compared to what I was giving her credit for. I thought that boss was literally going to whoop my ass. It didn't happen. My health bar didn't hardly move throughout the entire fight, and I wasn't exactly playing well because I haven't done that fight a lot.
Yeah, I guess teddy bitches are harder than Adziri.
They are on a no mod non-roll map. I got my shit pushed in, dude. Val Ground Slam is insane. Not gonna lie, so much uptime and insta clear screen. Also not wrong. At that point in the Gauntlet, though, I didn't have a high level Val Ground Slam to use, but still, I don't know. It still just doesn't feel like it competes with being able to constantly line up all of your shatters. But again, there are people with more experience that could say more about it than I could and give you like exact examples.
Well, I also think it just depends on which boss you're doing, right? Some bosses let you front load your damage.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And then like some bosses don't. So like some bosses will let you prepare your spikes, some won't.
Yeah, that one boss I tried to do Waka Wairua Tuahu, the really long named map with the lady that like runs around in the proximity shield and teleports and shit. Impossible. No shot I line up all of my shatters for that fucking boss. I literally logged out before she killed me because I ran out of flash charges.
Yeah, I was
and then
so
I went
glad
to the
I
next
was
map.
Toxic Rain for that boss. Almost every build I've ever played has suffered on that boss so much, just trying to follow it around and hit it in its proximity shield and shit.
My first time trying to do that map boss, I was playing a Divine Ire totem build. So not only was it a totem build, it was a charge up channel totem build. When I say that fight was like 30 minutes, I'm not over-exaggerating. In a 3-man party, 2 people who were melee and me, we were not having a good time. Oh my Lanta, man.
I mean, nothing about your League Star was having a good time, but I mean, maybe, I guess I don't have to flame them for that.
Listen,
I'm
man,
sorry, that was so bad, and I told you beforehand it was gonna be bad.
You know,
that's the only thing that hurts my soul. I was like sitting in the background like, hey, this is kind of sus. Gonna be a bad time.
Well, no,
Just
Divine Ire
you.
I haven't done. I did this in Heist League before we had met. I haven't.
Oh, okay.
I haven't done it since. Thank God. I was in Lighty's stream. I'm going to 0.7 here, extra proj. And somebody asked him, is LMP, which is the extra proj, or AoE harder? And he said,
wow,
LMP,
you're just going to 0.7 without asking me my opinion about 0.6?
I am. Because it's fresh in my mind.
Does anybody want to be a co-host of a podcast? I need to replace this guy.
I'm going to lose my fucking mind.
Go ahead.
Anyways. Fuck. Yeah, they were talking to Lighty, and he was like, LMP was far harder gameplay-wise, but with Harvest being nerfed now, this is a harder gauntlet. So if they do LMP in a future gauntlet without Harvest, everybody's going to have a bad time. Especially if they also include AoE. So LMP harder. Without Harvest, harder than LMP. So that was the #1 racer from previous gauntlet.
I didn't find AoE hard, though.
I didn't find AoE hard at all. No,
so throw on the multi-proj, and like, yeah, that'll be insane, but like, that'll be like actual gauntlet, right?
I think this was difficult, but it wasn't as difficult nearly as LMP would have been. Yeah, I agreed. Okay, back to 0.6, Mr. Sassy Pants. What would you have done differently going into the gauntlet under the circumstances after it's over?
Well, I would have gone BFBB because then I would have gotten top 5 because everybody who played Raider fucking sucked ass.
Not wrong.
I was so mad when my first character died and I looked at the leaderboard. How are you going to play a Raider and lose an XP to a witch? A fucking witch, dude.
To be fair, though, the witches were the people who are insane at the game. And a Raider did take #1 place.
Yeah. So the top
in XP overall.
Let me clarify. The top Raider was actually playing very well. But literally everybody else, like top Raider, awesome, good job. Everybody else, even the second one, trash. I was legitimately fuming. I fucking put on my fucking hype playlist. I fucking got some cocaine, some coffee. And I fucking went to business. And I was catching up so goddamn fast. It was fucking it was a joke.
They were having a bad time. That's for sure. I think it's when you play a non-meta build for a thing that kind of requires you to play the meta in that circumstance. Not slamming is usually going to be much harder than slamming in a scenario where slamming and fortify scaling is going to be the best way to stay alive.
Well, Archmage is also a meta for things like that, though. And Archmage BFBB is like an actual Raider build.
That is true.
So you just go that, and you're still meta, and you're still strong and everything. Like, don't get me wrong, right? I had a, like, there was fucking words. Toxic Rain is good for XP, right? So, like, that's why I was catching up. Toxic Rain will clear maps very quickly, skip the boss. Okay, you're catching up in XP real quick. And maybe you have some sustain issues, but that is what that is. With BFBB, it's a little bit slower than Toxic Rain, but you can still do bosses and stuff like that, so it's just, like, straight up better.
Yeah.
And so if I had gone BFBB, I may not have caught up as quick, but I probably wouldn't have died to bosses either, so I don't know. But yeah, that's probably what I would have done different. I would have practiced BFBB Archmage and just like actually played Raider, and I wouldn't have shown my rank either seeing that I was doing really well literally just made me anxious, and I got like performance anxiety. I was like, oh my god, dude, I'm top 100, dude. I gotta go, dude. And I zoomed through 3 zones without killing literally anything and died. And then I did it again and died. And then I got the like 3rd character or something to 80. And then, yeah, it was just, I don't know. It was a shit show, but yeah.
For me, it was, I feel like showing my rank was helping me a lot with like it gave me a reason to want to keep pushing and like try harder and harder, because at that point I was like, well, I guess I may as well compete, even though I came in with the expectation of getting to level 5 and dying over and over again. But now that I'm, you know, nearing 90, nearing 80, nearing 70, and I'm ahead of so many people right now at this exact moment, like why not just actually give it a shot? And then on the very last day, I haven't mentioned this yet, I was like, hey, so since it's the last day, I may as well push for top 5 duelist, which I didn't get. Got number 30. But if, like I was talking about earlier, if I would plan differently for bosses, what I would do differently. I would be prepared to like show myself how to get to the end game and all that without hindering myself by leveling first. Like figure out how to level while also going towards the end game with Elder Fragments, Uber Elder Fragments, Shaper Fragments, Uber Aziri Fragments. Like farm for those things early and then use my other characters if I have to kill those bosses. But make sure that I'm at that point before the last 10 hours of the fucking gauntlet. And like have it in my mind that I want to be working towards that from the get-go if I'm going to put forth an effort. I think that would be what I would change by far.
Yeah, I'm the opposite. I just need to play my game and just like pay attention to myself instead of everybody else. Although checking the leaderboards like intermittently, like, so if I check the leaderboards like once a day, that would be fine and that would motivate me. That's what got me fucking, I was fucking roided out, dude. I was angry with the Raiders. I was so upset.
They're doing very bad. Yeah, it was a mess. I don't think I would ever play something that wasn't a slammer until I was able to practice it a lot, personally. If I was going to try really hard and it wasn't a slammer. Because slammers are so tanky and so forgiving if you fuck up. Oh my god. I dropped something, sorry. But yeah, it's slamming felt very, very, very forgiving. If I fucked up one thing, it was savable and salvageable, whereas on a different character that doesn't have as much like beefiness, not just a lot of health, but like a lot of layers that don't get hit, like evasion and dodge, I feel like I could die very easily if I wasn't prepared for that on a character that wasn't fortify stacking, basically.
Yeah, Champion Slammer was definitely more relaxed. It was just like calm and steady. And then Raider was like, okay, like I am fucking cracked out of my head right now. Don't touch me.
You are very fast on that character. I won't lie. My character, I logged in. I was just checking the time playing on those characters. I logged into town on my Slammer, just fucking ooga booga, like super slow. And then my Raider fucking running laps around him. Like it's the speed difference is vast, very vast.
Yeah, my Raider had like 220% movement speed, I think. So
yeah, it was ill nasty, that's for sure. Dude, when I almost deleted my characters and you were like, wait, don't do that, they won't count towards your progress, I was like, holy shit, that was so close, man. You literally got there at the right time. It was perfect.
Yeah, that's why you can't see some of the characters that I had that died first right away, because I kept remaking the character with the same name and everything.
Oof. Yeah, that's a mess. I mean, I'm glad you
fine
got
with
it.
Like my early deaths were really disappointing and stupid.
Yeah, but you still could have been in the drawing for the fun things.
I mean, it was all Raider, right? So it wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have got me any more entries.
Oh, I guess that's true.
I kept all the, because I had a Raider at 80 and a Raider at 89 and a Champion Slammer at 89. So
lots of 89s.
I know, right? They were literally beaming me in the Discord, in Era's Discord. They were like, just name yourself Never 90s, bro. Like,
Never 90s.
Feels bad.
Rename, dude. Never 90s. No more beanies, dude. It's just Never 90s, bro. PoE. Actually unfortunate.
Hey, wildly unlucky. That's all right, though. Definitely going to be top 10 Raider next Gauntlet. Yep. Smile, Copium.
Copium. Hopium, dude. Hopium. Oh, there it is. Okay. Any hopiumers, dude? Oh my gosh. What else did I do during the Gauntlet? I started leveling a cultist with ED Contagion, just chaos slinging, and that felt very rippy the whole time. I don't know how people leveled a witch as Bane. I don't know how what was his name?
Witch wasn't bad. I leveled a witch to like 40 in an hour or something.
Yeah, what I mean is I don't get how people like just kept going and didn't fail. Like Himiko got top 10 overall on a fucking Bane occultist. On 2 Bane occultists. He got 1 to 93 and 1 to 95. Like what? That character dies so quickly because you're not stacking like crazy defenses, I feel like. Especially in the beginning. It's really annoying to level. I don't know. Maybe I was just bad.
I personally, I'm not going to say you're bad. That's not what I think. But I do think you're used to a certain play style that only slammers get to do in Gauntlet.
I'm also used to playing softcore. That is the thing that I have thousands of hours in at this point.
Yeah, with, same to be honest. Softcore is honestly the better way to play the game. I would only want to play hardcore if it was Gauntlet, personally.
Let's see. Softcore Elemental Hit Raider, 2900 life. That is my main character. That's my main character right now in Trade League. And 2900 life is like just enough for me. It's perfect.
Just enough.
Just enough. Yep. And if I die, I was expecting it. You know what I mean?
You want to know the funny thing about that? I think I had 2900 by like Act 5 or 6?
Yeah, that's about when I had yeah, same. I noticed that and I was like, damn, it's the end of Act 6 and my ass has more health than my fucking Raider, dude.
Yeah.
Slash deaths 292,487, dude. Like it's a mess, but it's more, I don't know. I feel like both of them, it feels like a completely different game, but I feel like both of them have their charm, I suppose, because in softcore dying doesn't matter, but if you're an SSF, all of your decisions still matter when it comes to progressing your character. Whereas Trade League, hardcore, you can still pay people to make good things for your character, and the only thing that matters is not dying. And so there's so many different routes that you can take in the game with the 4 options that you have, and they all feel so vastly different from one another. Hardcore solo self-found is very, very you're invested in your fucking character. That is an RPG. I have never been so RPG'd in my life. Like,
yeah, just make sure that you don't log out.
Yeah. When I play WoW, like, which is supposed to be an RPG, you're supposed to be invested in your character. I don't feel invested in my character because getting to the end game and shitting on everything is not difficult in that game.
I don't know that you want to start a WoW argument with me. I fucking hate Blizzard.
There's no argument coming. Hardcore solo self-found PoE, you're like everything you do, and getting to the end game is fucking tough, especially in the Gauntlet, man. So the Gauntlet, yes. And so I don't know. I feel like the RPG aspect really shines when you are forced to make really impactful decisions between X, Y, and Z for your character, rather than just being like, oh, I can come back and get Y and Z in like 5 minutes. It's fine.
Yeah, so. I definitely agree. It definitely matters a lot more. It's just, I don't know. Because it also limits what you can play, and I don't know, the meta kind of already limits what you can play and can't play anyway, so it's like, I don't know. That's kind of the downside to it, is that it forces you to extremes, and extremes get Gauntlet, boring when the meta stays the same.
I feel like in normal hardcore solo self-found, the game is so much easier after you've played the Gauntlet that you could pretty much make anything work if you prepared well enough and you took your time enough.
You can. I played Frostbolt Totem to 83 or something. It did literally fuck all for damage. It did like 5 DPS.
Frostbolt Totem?
Yeah, it did like 5 fucking damage, dude. It was depressing. You can go find the VOD.
Were you using the Celestial MTX for Frostbolt?
I was.
Shit. I was going to say if you weren't, that's why you were doing no damage, because MTX gives you obviously hidden DPS, clearly.
No, I was doing no damage because I was investing into Mom and also doing totems, and then, you know, like, yeah.
That's why my Arc Totem struggled so hard, because I was investing into Mom too early, and so like my Arcane Cloak didn't do a goddamn thing, but I had every mana node on the tree, so I had a lot of mana. Yeah, it was a mess. It was a hardcore solo self-found character. It wasn't Gauntlet though. It was still fun. I just died very early, and it was insanely fucking slow and miserable the entire time. I thought it would be a fun idea. I built it wrong. That's for certain.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, honestly, you should probably just play a Jug.
I kind of wanted to give Jug a try because it's still strong, but it's not perma fortify, insane damage, and tankiness strong. You know?
I don't know. You have to play a Jug.
Have to or should give it a shot? Because
neither. I'm memeing somebody who told me to reroll a Jug multiple times.
Why? Why would they recommend a champion?
Because they played a Jug, and they got to 100 in that hardcore SSF.
Okay, but dropping a headhunter doesn't. Well, I don't. You would choose Jug over the other options? Like, oh.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm just being petty. I've been going on about this meme for like literally 2 weeks now, at least.
Too good, man. Too good. People have their preferences, but I don't think forcing your preferences on somebody and saying you have to try this is like beneficial to their gameplay experience at all. Because if you enjoy something,
are like, you sure? Twitch chat seems to be pretty fucking insane at the game. I'm just kind of curious why I haven't seen any of their names on leaderboards.
One thing I noticed, speaking of names on leaderboards, I talk so much shit about myself for fun and for memes. And I realized that it was like rubbing off on the community. And they were like, wow, this guy's actually kind of dog shit at the game, but he's entertaining. So we're going to stick around. And then I was like, wait a minute, fuck you guys. I'm like top 100 right now in the Gauntlet. Like, hello? What are y'all doing?
No. I mean? I learned this a long time ago on WoW. On WoW, I would constantly point the blame at myself to absolve other people and give them room to be like, yeah, I kind of suck. It's okay. I can do better. You know?
Yeah.
And sometimes that would work. Sometimes they would own up to that and be like, nah, man, it's not all you. It's me too. Right? And that would be great. I would be happy about that. That was the goal. Right? Mm-hmm. And then sometimes, like every 10th time, everybody would just scapegoat you. And I would be like, hold on.
Wait a minute.
I will shank all
helping
of you
right
guys.
Now. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I noticed that people were just like, wow. I felt like that was this vibe where I was like dog shit at the game because people would just keep talking in like the manner that I had no fucking idea what I was doing. And I was like, you guys not see like the counter on screen that I have right now that says like, hey, this guy's top 100, top 30 for duelist, by the way. Like, I noticed that about myself afterwards as well. And I was like, holy shit, dude. I got to start like boosting myself up a little bit, get the confidence going, you know? Like, I'm better than I thought I was.
It's a weird balance, but yeah, I feel like sometimes if you give people an inch, they definitely try and take a mile, and it's like, whoa, hold on. I
don't want to like come off as cocky because I don't really care to be. I don't want to like brag about myself as much as what some people do, but I definitely shouldn't just constantly be like, wow, I'm dog shit, because then people are like, wow, he's dog shit, and nobody wants to watch somebody who's dog shit at a game unless they're insanely entertaining, you know.
Or they're a female. Smile.
Or they're a female. Yeah, that's true.
I'm kidding. Please don't fucking get out the pitchforks. It's a joke.
Yeah, dude. I was getting ready to fucking write angrily on Reddit. BeaniesbroPoE, secretly misogynist? Question mark.
Nah, dude. I'm just a coomer.
Oh yeah, that's true. Into the whammons. So that's still insane to me that so many characters were involved in the Gauntlet. Like, I'm going and I'm reading back over it, like 45,217 accounts. That is,
I think that's basically everybody who is still playing the league. I mean, I don't have the actual stats, but yeah.
And 250,000 characters, man. That's a few characters. Even like under any circumstance, that's a lot of people.
I wouldn't say any, right? If you compare it to like League of Legends or Dota 2 or I don't know, whatever the top games on Twitch are right now, you know, insert X video game name. They could definitely pull numbers that are bigger, but for Path of Exile, it's definitely big, and Path of Exile definitely keeps growing. So ideally, the Gauntlets would keep growing along with it, right? So I mean,
yeah, exactly. That's what I meant. Like, in regards to anything about GGG and what they've accomplished thus far. What the fuck, cat? Brain dead fucking cat.
I was like actually questioning what was happening.
She just fell off the top of my desk and flung a bunch of shit in my face that was up there. I had tabs from cans, and they just came raining down. Anyways, that was toxic. I forgot what I was saying because I just got scared. I don't know how she fell off the top of the desk, but she's fine. Anyways.
I don't know how my cat keeps turning off like the fucking... So we have the modem and the router and everything in the living room, and my cat keeps running over the power cord in there and like literally shutting it off. It's like, wait.
Tape. That's the only option I can give you.
Yeah,
is tape.
probably. Yeah.
Just fucking gorilla.
I have
tape
a better
that
option. Just don't have pets.
That's honestly, but the companionship, dude.
I think I'm over it. I think I'm pretty good without it.
I think I'm done with the companionship. I do. Yeah.
It's okay though. I secretly love my pets. It's just, you know, I go through phases where I secretly also hate them.
Yeah, that's fair. I feel like everybody does that, because sometimes you're like, man, this animal's really fucking annoying sometimes, and I'm spending money, son of a bitch, dude. But then you're like, you're so cute, you know? Too good. What else was I gonna say about the Gauntlet? I had something else in my mind. Oh yeah, when I took a break after I died at 88, and I went back to my softcore character, holy shit. The game is literally a different game, man. Like, I logged on, and I was like, I'm just gonna go do some Valdos maps, and I just shit-stomped everything in Mach 5, like, super quick, Headhunter gaming. It's actually a different game, man. Even softcore League Start feels different than hardcore solo self-found in-game. Because, like, on softcore League Start, you're still just chilling if you die. You don't have to, like... You can zoom with no regards to your health, because if you die, it's fine. It's fine.
Honestly, I really like that about softcore. It really is a big pain in the ass to redo everything that you've already done if you die. Obviously, it can be, like, good content, and it can be fun, and it can be a change of pace and all that, but honestly, just SSF, good enough for me. I don't need hardcore SSF 24/7.
That's too much stress for a constancy. Like, there's no shot I'm going to maintain that for all of my content. The people who do that, props. Okay, if you stream hardcore solo self-found as your content, chef's kiss. All right, you're doing great, sweetie. Keep it up. But
I don't know about that. I take the Path of Math approach, honestly, which, like, normally I don't like Path of Math that much. Obviously, you know, he does good content, whatever. I'm not trying to shit talk him, but I do kind of think a lot of people play hardcore SSF as an excuse to be really slow and just, like, you know, oh, I died, and redo it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like they use it as an excuse for where they're at instead of, like, actually being good at the game and actually getting good at hardcore SSF. They're like, oh, yeah, that's great and all. You can do that on softcore. Why don't you come do it on hardcore SSF? Huh? I bet you die at level 40 like me all the time.
I haven't ever seen a Path of Math play hardcore or solo self-found. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
No. He had that clip, remember, where he said he said everybody who plays hardcore SSF outside of, like, the elite are just, like, dog shit, which I kind of agree.
I think it doesn't matter if they're dog shit, because if they're having fun, that's the main.
Oh yeah, I'm fine with that. But then they're also the most toxic pieces of shit who try and tell you to change everything that you're doing 24/7. It's like, shut the fuck up, man.
When Twitch chat comes in and tells you how to play, it's fucking annoying. Yeah, they're like, oh hey,
just
by
play
the
a
way,
jug, Smile.
Yeah, just play jug, just play champion, just play this, just play that. You should have done this, you should have done that. Well, if I wanted to fucking do that, promise you to God right now, on God, I would be doing that. I swear to you. It's crazy. Thank you, Twitch chat. Oh man, I can imagine it gets really frustrating streaming full time, thousands of viewers, people constantly telling you what to do and how to live your life and how to play and how not to play and how you should have done this. It's like, I'll take constructive feedback, but goddamn, when you just tell me what to do with my life, I get heated.
Well, I don't know. Rise's chat is the one that gets to me every time. They're, like, sitting in there telling Rise how to play the game and why he's dog shit and all this other stuff, and then Rise is actually doing good in the Gauntlet. It's like, okay.
Literally like top 3 overall in the Gauntlet. Yeah, with Fireburst. What?
I don't think he ended top 3 overall, but maybe in one of the classes. I don't know. I stopped looking at it, but he was hella banging on the Wedge, and then he did pretty good on the other character as well. So
Yeah, I'm gonna bring it up real quick.
He was top 50 for sure. I think it was like 16 or something at the end. But I mean, he's definitely up there, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so his character was at 20 at the very, very, very end.
There you go. Yeah.
No, he was number 6
overall.
Rise and Shine Cutie.
Cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
higher.
No. Rise and Shine Cutie is a meme. I think that was Lighty.
No, it's him.
Rise
sure?
Cutie is the account name says Rise. Oh, okay.
Stall Prevention Service. That was Darky's second character. The only person not dead in the top 12. But he did have another character named after Rise for sure. But yeah, Rise and Shine Cutie, Cremation Hierophant, Rise Cutie account name for sure. That's insane. Dude is a gamer, so the fact that people in his chat are just constantly telling him what to do is annoying. I'm looking for Darky's other characters because I know that he had a meme one.
And like people try and make it out like it happens to every game, and it does happen to every game, but like PoE and Dark Souls are next level with that shit. Like every fucking retard behind their fucking monitor wants to tell you how to play the video game. And I get it too, because some of it comes out of a good place, right? Like they found something and it made the game way easier for them, and they want to share it because it's a hard game. Like PoE is a hard game compared to other ARPGs. Yeah. And it's like, I can understand it, but like, I don't know. It feels way too prevalent in PoE and Dark Souls. It's actually really annoying.
People love to point out what you could have done better. And I don't know what it is about this game, but they love to do that in the most toxic manner possible and make sure to tell you that you're dog shit and that you fucked up and that you're an idiot.
But I think I've ranted enough about that. If you want to do the outro, we're past an hour and I'm an old man. I need to go to bed.
Yeah, sure.
My eyes are burning right now.
This man woke up at fucking 3 a.m. on a normal boomer schedule, getting ready for work. Jesus.
And then I worked out at 7 a.m. and yeah, did a bunch of stuff today. I like working out early, dude. That is the juice. Although I'm not gonna lie, by about 1 p.m. I'm starting to feel like my day's already done. Yeah.
It's nap time. It's nap time. Not having a logout macro on a gauntlet was 3-head though. You're not wrong, Hamas. You're not wrong.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I saw your clips. I was like, what the fuck is he doing hitting escape? Where is your key behind, my dude?
It's tilde, and escape is like where. So the problem is my escape key and my tilde key on my old keyboard, which is right here, I can bring it up, were the same. So you had to hit tilde and escape are on the same key.
Oh, shit.
And so I'm used to hitting this for tilde. Yeah. And so function, and then that key would bring me to escape. So I'm used to hitting tilde, just fucking, and I would go for tilde and hit escape instead of tilde, and it was. I mean, I was hitting tilde at the same time as escape.
Also, I think it's teal day.
What?
I think it's teal day is how you pronounce it. Instead of tilde.
Tilde?
Like, tilde might be the English one, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be teal day.
It's tilde. Come on now. Please. Where's dictionary?
I'm 99% sure that you don't pronounce it that way.
It's tilde.
Oh, tilde. Okay, so technically both of us were wrong.
I mean, yeah. Anyways, this is the 8th episode of the Semantics podcast. I hope y'all enjoyed. It was a lot of fun talking about the Gauntlet. Definitely give feedback where you can. Let us know where we can improve. Things like that. It was a lot of fun. Once again, the Gauntlet was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Ending Semantics with some Semantics, always a good vibe. But yeah, that concludes episode 8. He is BeaniesBro on PoE, Twitter. BeaniesbroPoE on PoE, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. I am Kalecgoose everywhere, even on Twitter sometimes. So, yeah. Peace.
Bye.